Good evening and welcome to this meeting of the Buckingham Council.
Good evening.
Good evening. There was a possibility of a public session, but there is nobody here. So we're going to move on, if we may. Whoops, somebody just needs to switch their phone off. Robin, Councillor silent. And the first item on the agenda is apologies for absence, which we take with great seriousness these days. So can I just ask the clerk for the first set of apologies, please?
This is for Councillor Allen for reason number 2.
So we need somebody to propose whether we approve that and somebody to second.
I propose we accept.
Okay, and
I've seconded that we approve.
second you approve, that's right, yes. All in favour? Thank you very much indeed. And the second set of apologies.
And second set is from Councillor 5,
Reason
number 4.
Okay. Who wants to propose that? Proposed by Councillor Donoghue, seconded by Councillor Davies. All in favour of approving? Thank you very much. It's good for your arms. And the last set of apologies
Is from Councillor Harvey, reason number 4.
Can I have a proposer, please? Councillor Davies, seconded Councillor Donoghue, and all in favour of approving. Right, yes, and that is unanimous. Thank you very much indeed. And that's done for a very good reason. Even though it does seem incredibly formal, it's a good thing. Item 2, declarations of interest.
Normal one, Chair, that I having sit on planning committees in Buckinghamshire. So I insist on coming on playing that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. More allowed to talk, but not on planning.
Never.
Don't tell me.
It was a great thing to say, isn't it? Item 3, the minutes, to agree or to consider whether we agree with the minutes of the planning committee held on the 15th of June 2026, which were previously circulated. And I propose that we agree with these minutes, and Councillor Davies seconded it. All in favour of agreeing the minutes? Thank you very much indeed, and that is unanimous. So moving on, item 4, where we will take a little bit of time, but it's the Buckingham Neighbourhood Plan, Vale of Aylesbury Plan, and Buckinghamshire Local Plan. And just, I may see you want to speak, Robin. That's coming our way for the full council meeting in August, I think, isn't it? So that will be the main debate here. Just sort of, Robin speaking person, just sort of getting a little bit of a flavour of discussions that happened at Buckinghamshire. So Robin, you want to talk, and then
Firstly,
the main points.
we had a 5-hour meeting to discuss the plan. The point 1 was something that was flagged up to me by the mayor, which was that in the plan they managed to put a road through a housing estate which is being built, and one which got planning was agreed here, and that was going to be relief road for the notional relief road. One of the real elements sticking to the Buckingham-centric side of it, which is a real concern, I did not feel sufficiently content that they'd recognised the issues around drainage, sewage and stuff in North Buckinghamshire. I didn't feel sufficiently content they recognised that there was a scheme, water transport scheme, which would in many ways help assist both drainage, sewage and water. I was not content that they actually recognised that we are in a drought area for water, and there's a shortage of water here per se. Funny enough, while I was in the meeting, they announced a hose pipe ban, which wasn't my doing. I can claim no claim of that. It was coincidence. So I was very worried about that, and I think in further discussions we will have to look into those elements from our Buckingham point of view, because we cannot assist on grampian conditions. You can't employ, but granted, which is legal conditions around food and drainage, you can't do that. The other point, which is a Buckingham-centric one, I was less content with the 25% affordable, mainly because it didn't actually match up with their policies, their 2024 housing policy, which they intended to have a massive target of 5 affordable social houses in Buckinghamshire in total. None of it seemed to match up, and to put 25% in the area that they're deemed to be receiving nearly all the development, which is North Buckinghamshire, seemed, they said it was because it could only be legally taken forward. We did touch on secondary schools and such like, but the other point which I think you will have to discuss is the notional value of which is used greatly by the officers teams of the green belt. Now, the green belt is a concept which was put in by the 1948 Labour government, and there's always been this thing about green belt. So the notional view was that the green belt was going to be sacrosanct and in Buckinghamshire. Two things I do understand about development is until Buckinghamshire has a made development plan, none of the policies and everything in it become weight. So it gains planning weight as it drifts through the process. What we will know is from our own experiences, what we witnessed on Monday night's full council, that their speculative applications are going to come in. Now, we had one in Buckingham for 1,750 houses. I would imagine that similar will be experienced in South Buckinghamshire. But their policies in the plan don't actually, they become consultation until the consultation's finished, and then that goes to the inspector. After that's gone to the inspector, it sits with they to go through that inspector. And I'm believing, because I've got no evidence to the contrary, that all submissions will be seen by the inspector. That's something I think we need to clarify. Well, it shouldn't be all significant, considered significant by the council. All significant exceptions and comments should be fine. You can't make a plan if you haven't, and the inspector's got to put that all together, and he's got to then look at the plan in concept against the comments made and whether it's a sound legal plan, which we won't have anything to do with. But listening to the chair, you referred to the fact it's likely to come to the meeting, the mayoral chair in August. So I think that's in brief. There's a lot more I could say on it, but they were the things they so to Buckingham.
Yeah, very helpful. And Mayor. Thank you.
I'm assuming that the interim full council meeting in August will be in time to actually put in our responses to the plan.
Consultation goes to 6th of September.
6th of September, so that is pushing it quite a bit. If we're meeting, I suppose we've still got another 3-4 weeks, haven't
Well,
we?
it is a month between.
Yeah.
Because I've got quite a lot of notes.
Yeah.
The draft documents were they all went to the select committee that Robin was at on Friday. Tedious.
I've spent many hours over the last few days trawling through them.
Yes.
And
Any thoughts?
I think that, well, one of the issues, I'm talking about social and affordable housing, if they're not putting major developments in to the areas where the employment is,
Yes.
how are people actually going to manage to get to work? Because there are so many people who are in need, who are in work, because of the current climate, etc. However, there doesn't seem to be any connect between that. The only things that I saw for Wickham particularly was for employment sites, or no, actually, sorry, I got that wrong. It was employment sites being used for housing, so getting rid of.
Yes.
But that's nowhere near the number of houses that they're proposing for Buckingham. As Robin said, they are looking at using land which was in our neighbourhood plan already, and using that, putting a road through the middle of it, using site queue as well, I'm not sure whether the Asia Way is actually, I've been trying to work it out on the map. I think that they're including Asia Way development within that massive scale of things. It's not helpful to us.
No, okay.
This centre of
This
council.
is, I mean, this is not a major
No.
discussion at the moment, this is just
No.
to get notes, to note from people who are at the briefing of the select committee, and it will be coming back to us in August for full discussion, so this is just a noting, and hopefully Buckingham Society will also.
They will also be commenting.
Yes, exactly, yes,
Spending many hours trawling through it.
yes, but it's sadly, it's not a very short document, we'll just, no, Roger,
I'll just make a quick point.
and then we'll move on, I think.
Yeah, when people are looking through it, can you look at the evidence base for housing requirement in High Wycombe? Because that'll give you some idea of what the need is there, and Beaconsfield and Gerrards Cross.
Okay.
It is far higher than Buckingham.
Yeah, I think that. And there was a comment in there, just one last thing, I don't know whether we can just pick up on that, Catherine, that will the inspector be seeing all submissions, or is it just?
Well,
one
that's something
that's
that's worth an email, I think.
So will you just check it out for us?
Yes, I think that technically is an examiner, next week.
Okay, well, Roger.
Yeah, exactly. It's sealed.
I'm just- So we should have well, just check, I thought it was a very good point. Robin, did you want another?
Just one point on that
Yeah.
point, I was concerned when they said all relevant comments, and I don't think anybody's
check
got,
it out.
any person, individual's comment is relevant, whether you personally agree with it or you don't.
Yeah.
So, I think that needs to be clarified because
Okay, right, let's crack on then. Although I have to say, after the excitement of last week's council meeting, there are certainly some small, slender pickings on the
Just check that Neville's noted that.
Noted.
Noted, yes,
Thank you.
yeah, I thought I used the word noted. So item 5, planning applications. Oh my goodness, yeah, the next scheduled Buckinghamshire Council, North Buckinghamshire planning area committee meetings are on Wednesdays the 22nd of July and on 19th of August at 2:30 p.m. Strategic Sites Committee meetings are on Thursdays, 30th of July and the 27th of August. That must be,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't check before I came out.
and the update is
The first area one, coincides with the cabinet meeting that is going to do with that. So I can't help feeling the company.
okay, so the 27th might be.
I meant to check the wire council, whether those things were one.
Perhaps we'll check and put it in order.
just on that, I've discussed that with them, and it's very unusual to have two meetings at once, so I'm presuming they're going to be putting the planning meeting in one room and the cabinet meeting in another. So my personal concern is that I want to be in both meetings. I'm going to have to try and work out how I can do that.
Yeah, I was looking at the program last night, it's called by locations, being in two places. This is a problem, which I think you're all well capable of. Okay, can I leave that move on to the, right, planning applications received from Buckinghamshire Council. And whether to request a corner, number 1, 41 Oven Avenue. Where the applicant is talking about a rear extension of skyline, single story, to the property there. And, quite relatively big of these properties, aren't there? Has already been a bit of an extension, is it already kind of a full width extension, and now there's you can see on the extension, an extension, and you can see on page, I thought page 7 was very helpful. Looking at the extension at the back there, which side facing number 43, you can see the full extent of what is proposed. I don't know who wants to comment first. Carolyn, did you? Oh my goodness. Very quickly, Carolyn, and then
Very quickly, we have no objections, but we would like to say that commend this application actually, because it's a lot of detail. And so often we see extensions with some really hand-drawn bit of wall that means absolutely nothing. This one is well done.
so yes, people putting it, yeah, okay, thank you, Ashley. Heather, am I right to put my first names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wondered how much of the garden they had left once they'd done this, because there didn't seem to be that information, and I didn't know whether the extension was taking up the whole of the garden, but I'm not sure.
If you look at the top right of the two plans on the first page,
Page 6 or 17.
you can see
Right.
the dotted in grey what there is, and there's a little pink dotted bit at the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
These must be interwall gardens or.
Okay.
All council house gardens were massive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot in you.
So there would be something left.
Yeah.
That was the bit I was missing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
was it something off before Roger, or was it?
No.
Roger? Please, Roger.
Post-war gardens, these are.
Post-war, is it really? Yeah.
I'll propose that we don't object to this application because in my view, it accords with policy.
Can't quite hear you, so.
I suggest that we make no objection because it accords with planning policy.
Does it? Yes. Good, 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 good.
I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a proposal that we don't, no objection. And seconded from councillor Lodley and seconded by Fran. Are we happy to vote on that? All in favour of no objection? Okay, thank you, that's unanimous, with the extension of extension.
Sorry, Jane.
The extension of
Sorry, Jane.
Right, thank you very much indeed, and then it's on to the trees after that. So number 2, the Manor Avenue Road. So see there's a 4-metre crown reduction to alleviate any potential stress within the crown. So this is technical tree stuff. Anyone like to make an expert comment? Last time we had one of these, we rather said seems very drastic 4-metre reduction in the crown.
I can comment. I think on this one, they're doing their best to retain the tree
Yes.
rather than looking
What's
for
needed.
excuses to get rid of it.
Yes.
So I would be supportive of no objections on that basis.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Second up, so proposed by Heather and seconded by Roger. I'm going to go to a vote on that. All in favour of no objection? Okay, absolutely unanimous with the abstention by. That's what I've got by Robin. Thank you very much. Item 3 is for information only because it's a utility and there's nothing, we have no say over what happens there. So it is just for noting. It was quite unfathomable about their paperwork, so what's going to do down here? Oh, yeah, right. Item 6 is, so we've moved on from planning applications to item 6. Planning decisions, so this is to note where Buckinghamshire Council has marked our homework, so to speak. And so there is the freestanding signage outside the University of Buckingham, which when I went to the graduation ceremony was there in all its glory. And admittedly, you know, lots of happy young people were having their photographs taken by their proud parents, and none of them got one over. But we opposed it, but it was approved. Other than that, I think everything pretty much went with flow. I don't know whether Catherine wanted to help as well. Part of approval of the walnut tree.
Yes, I put that in so that you could see what they approved and what they didn't. But you can read that yourself. You don't need to, you know.
Thank you very much. So, and at the bottom, refuse. Okay. The following work is not considered acceptable and is hereby refused. Walnut T1 reduction by 1 metre in height, 1 to 3 metres laterally to provide. What does that refer to? I think we're just noting that, aren't we? Anyway. Bottom of the words. Yeah, that's
all
what
the combination that I was talking
One
about.
that I use on some house hill.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just trying to let her. Sure. Right. So. 7 enforcement notice. Permission not required, we notice applied that. Item 7, enforcement notice served. Now, this is one that we will be looking at and considering as we drive past. So that the site that has, it's quite an interesting history, I think. There has now been an enforcement notice served. I don't know whether members have anything to make on this.
Well, I haven't personally gone out and had a look to see if it has been obeyed.
Roger, you want to comment?
Just to say, this is the second enforcement notice within a couple of months. And so they've served one on that caravan bungalow thing that sits in the middle.
Yes. Oh, this is another one, but it's right in
Yeah,
the corner.
so they 2 or 3
Mm.
things. That's the second enforcement notice that they've served.
I understand there were originally about 40 plots sold in that building.
Well, 40 plots were offered. I don't know how many suckers took one.
Mm. Mm.
There are no utilities in that field at all, apart from a wire on a telegraph pole that crosses the field. There's no water, there's no anything, there's no road surfacing, and so the chap who bought the plot in the middle, he found he couldn't even drive to it on a muddy day, so. Well,
Yes,
I
so,
was not pleased,
yes,
but we had to say that it wasn't us.
yes, yeah. So it's an interesting situation. Anyway, as far as we're concerned, an enforcement notice has been served on another little bit of this field. And well, Roger, the last one, was it obviously complied with and sorted out?
I don't think the time has elapsed yet.
Right, okay, so that one's still active and yeah,
Yeah, a couple of months ago, those you can.
yeah. We wish for more luck with this one then. Ron.
Just to say that though we discussed, I think, some time back, the Tindred Road waste and rupture, that case, I understand, still.
It's on the next page.
It's the next year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, marvellous. You were ahead again.
We both had it, so
That's a surprise.
Thank you.
So, item 8, moving quickly on, so Robin's rushes.
Okay.
Well, the most important thing is to get the job done, and you're all great at doing that. Action reports, regular action updates, and we move to that response from the enforcement team East Anglia West about the Tindred Road waste dump. And we've written to and we got a response. We wrote and we got a response from the enforcement team. Are we happy with the response? Now we've read it. Robin.
I think the response is, apart from being content that they're enforcing it, I think it took a long time to get there. Catherine had a route round didn't end up being development control. The residents adjacent to are very, very upset.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that we need to let them know that the town council did do this. I think it's important to build up trust with the residents. I also note that there will be likely to be nothing to do with this. There may well be a planning application coming on that area. So the two things aren't related. But
Last week at full council.
yeah, I know that I wasn't taking part in them planning discussions, as you know, because you were deciding them, so I didn't talk on it then. For very good reason. So I think that it's important, firstly, that we do at least make some effort to let the residents know that we did what we did. Because so often they lose trust in anything actually taking place. And the timing of the enforcement isn't in our control.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, local, I mean, councillors who feel closest to that area, are in touch with residents.
Yes, but I can't talk to them about the detail of it. But my correspondence isn't there. This is public correspondence. My correspondence isn't public correspondence.
Yeah, no.
And I can't.
As a councillor,
I'm not in. I'm here as a town councillor, so I feel that this is appropriate to do something around it in some form of fashion, letting them know that we did what we did.
Yeah.
It builds up trust.
How do you want us to let
Well,
them know? What's the
I mean,
I haven't got details of any of them.
No.
It's all.
well, I think we could either
social media?
Gonna get some advice from Steve.
how we do it. but I do think they need to know that we actually did what we did.
So what is possible. Steve, the
It
advisors.
isn't making an action, and the action is for a press release at the appropriate time.
Yeah.
As we haven't established that it's grant members asked for us to issue a press release once it was resolved, which is not yet, so that action already stands.
Okay, so we will have a press release as soon as we possibly can. Heather.
That was my comment, it's something
Yeah.
tense.
Yeah. I'm glad we're all. Great, Heather, yeah. Okay, thank you very much indeed. So anyway, there is new, which we need to get as smart as we can, because this seems to be a recurring theme, doesn't it, these days? So item 9, if I may move on, Buckinghamshire Council meetings, town and parish forum meeting. Catherine has done you the kindness of providing the forum slides for the June 2026 meeting, which give many answers to many of the questions we often ask about the various statistics there are out there. I don't know whether members wish to comment or just consider it now, and then we're just receiving the slides. Are you happy just to receive them?
But they have got details of the number of appeals and that kind of thing in them, so.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah, thank you. Robin?
Just to note, really, we discussed here our concerns, I think, at full council and about secondary school places. There is a motion on the full council agenda within the way it can be addressed. And that's the first motion on the agenda. Also, for information, there is a third motion on the agenda, is regards to the inability of the parishes and that residents to see comments on applications. That might be something that irritated us here, and I think it's irritated everybody.
Yeah.
There's another motion on about, but it's not as important as those two motions, and they'll go to council on Wednesday before we kick off.
This is Buckinghamshire Council.
Buckinghamshire Council, that'll be before kick off.
Public listening.
And hopefully, but they are both things that you've discussed.
Yeah.
So that they are things that come from, one I've based on with my colleague, and the other one is one that I think the Lib Dems have put forward.
Well, it's good to hear at secondary schools, which we discussed a lot.
I was
last
a
meeting,
second.
we talked about, and yes, I understand there's quite a few children that are struggling and having to go quite far afield to get their secondary education.
Just on that, Chair, we have improved the situation somewhat, but it's still a situation.
Yeah. Good, thank you very much indeed. Okay, moving on then. Sorry.
Because it's receiving important information, that we just to acknowledge it's been received.
Okay, so can I propose that we acknowledge that we have received these slides? I think actually Fran just got there as a second, just slightly, a bit like a sort of finish up. All in favour of voting to accept that we've received these? Thank you very much, that was unanimous. One abstention, thank you. Yeah. Item 10, street naming, and Councillor Davis, Fran, I knew you'd be so half the mark on this one, but we've got a cul-de-sac, odd French word, coup meaning that side, so I'm really not quite sure why it means. I know it does, I know, but it doesn't. It's a very rude word in French.
They didn't teach me good words.
And it's off the Morton Road between Bray Lodge and Westerham, so it's this new. So, Fran, do you want to speak first? And then Carolyn, yes, sorry.
We have
In that order.
had from the family of the ex-mayor, Councillor Roberts, for many years, the request we have a naming after him. We have other streets named after former
We do. Absolutely.
councillors, mayors, etc. I would like to propose that in deference to the fact that he was the last mayor of Buckingham under the Buckinghamshire Council,
Yeah.
that we fulfil his family's wishes to name this cul-de-sac after John Roberts.
So John Roberts. What year was that? Years, what year was that? Was that there?
Was it there?
Okay, we'll get his name.
Yeah, because we've
Yeah.
seen
Is it 1973 that the Borough
Yeah.
Council was,
73 to 74.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, okay, so there's a proposal there,
I'll second that.
you're
I'll
saying.
speak to it. I think I think it's well over time. The family have been continuously writing to this council with details of their father's achievements and how he represented the town. I went to school with the daughter. He was borough mayor when I was at school with her. I remember how proud she was of her father, one of the daughters, and how desperate they've been ever since John passed away to have a recognition of him. And he also was a tremendous chap as a councillor. In those days, being a borough councillor, he had some influence over trying to help people get proper housing and such like. And he was a well-respected man in the town, and obviously loved greatly by his family. And I think it was right that it's historical. I think we should have named it something earlier, but this would right that wrong.
Okay, so dramatic stuff. Do anybody else want to talk?
Well, I was just going to say that I hear the proposal put forward for very good reasons. But we did discuss this, and we wanted to put forward Morton Rise, in the sense that the Stowe Rise and there is Morton Rise. So if it's to be submitted anyway to powers that be that decide on these things, we thought that was better than Spire View.
Robert's Rise.
no.
No.
John Roberts.
I mean, we have got a number of already. We've got Morton Road Estates, we've got Morton Grain there.
I know.
But it's got Maids Morton Avenue, which confuses the hell out of everybody.
Can't help it.
Yeah.
I will check that there is no Morton Rise in the county. Assuming that that part of the website is up and running, which it isn't. If we try searching on street names in the street index, sometimes it says it can't find any.
Yeah.
Including things like High Street. I mean, I thought it was just me, you know.
Okay, I feel your pain. So Robin, one more
Yeah,
comment.
just to say that though I respect the ambitions of having another rise, I actually rise to say no, because I don't think I could walk around the streets and look them in the face, quite frankly, any longer when we haven't actually done it. And when we had an opportunity at a previous meeting to do it, it was voted down, and we came up with a name for a large estate on the opposite side of the road, which everyone would forget very quickly. If we don't mark our respect for previous people in the way that we always used to, that isn't right. And there'll be plenty of opportunities to get a rise out of any estate up there, because we've got the Buckinghamshire plan, and that's going to give us a rise period, isn't it? So
well said. I have to say, now I don't know what the reasons against it in previous years, but this is a good opportunity for that. You know, to name for one person who's obviously been waiting in the pipeline for a long time. It's one road.
No, I hear the argument.
So I think the proposal is
Putting
there.
forward a suggestion of respect.
Yes, no, thank you very
no,
much.
I understand.
So the proposal by Fran and seconded by Robin is that we call this the John Roberts. John Roberts. What we can't. What do you call
We can
it?
have John Roberts, or we can just have Roberts.
Right.
If people want to.
Well, we've got Mary Manners Drive, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got Chris Nichols Walk,
He wasn't a council.
but it doesn't matter.
It's
I'm
the
just
same
saying.
word often. Is it John Roberts? Sorry?
Yes, I think that's what you mean.
I know. John Roberts Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so the proposal is that from Fran, seconded by Robin, that we call this the John Roberts Drive. All in favour of that?
And I will submit Carol's.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much indeed. And nobody raised his hand.
To give.
But I think none of us went for Spire View. I don't know why, because it's not.
I'm not convinced you can see the church.
No, I'm not.
If you go right on the top of the
Okay, right.
Developer did offer a photograph.
I'm going to go on.
Came up.
I'm going to go on to the next item, if I may. Okay. Item 11, rolling lists. I didn't know we dealt with rolling as well. Updates only, tree felling applications, page 16. Is there anything that anybody wants to discuss on that, or should we just note it? It's a nice little list there. No, I think, are we happy listing yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are quite a lot of elements.
Hmm.
The orange ones are filling, the green ones are just making, with an awful lot of orange.
I'm not seeing any. Yeah, absolutely. So we note that. I'm going on to the next item, section 106, quarterly update. Updated spreadsheet attached. And let me find it in very quickly. There you go. It's the one I finished off, it's like that.
Oh my
Which
goodness.
is a bit silly, but I was trying to save paper. There we go. This one is much better. So it's too good to be true. Steve.
Sure, no, it's already, see, I think it's now with the working group, so.
Yes. Yes. So, we have
This is monies received and spent. So this isn't.
this is looking back. This is looking back.
Yeah, it's just a good reason to use stuff on here, well, sort of mention.
Yes, yeah, okay. So this is for us to know. Were there any comments on, just to see how things have gone? Robin?
I think it's important that we make the working group aware that the wording in section 106 agreement, even when the seal finally comes in, there will still be section 106 agreements. When it says things like education for X in Buckingham, but anywhere else.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that we should challenge that. I don't really want the situation when, like, we may have 45,000 houses in North Buckinghamshire, and we find that we build a brand new store in Wickham.
Yeah.
I think that I understand that the development should provide for its own needs. These words, I think we need to seek advice on, because it will go in a section 106 agreement. It will go down the line. On the Chingit Road, Catherine spotted it on the Chingit Road estate years ago, and we said, made sure that it said contributions to Buckinghamshire. And Catherine spotted it, and we got it changed. I think we need to be mindful to this. The theoretical, what we want to do it, but if it's written in an agreement, we could find that we have a large estate built, and we find that they build a secondary school in another area, or we find that a leisure centre is built for somebody else, and we'll have the houses. And if we're going to have the houses, we should at least have the uplift from it. So I think we, again, thanks to Catherine for spotting that issue, and that's the value of having really good officers.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, I'm not in any way saying, but I do think that we all have a responsibility to make sure that if we're going to get this development, the uplift comes to our community and doesn't leave.
But you know, we're not discussing looking forward.
No.
Absolutely, we absolutely have.
I'm doing it at the point of reference.
Yes, no. So, but there's no comments on the actual list as is, but it's there for your information. And any queries, you're right. And we'll obviously note comments about making sure we get it right. And your working group gets it right going forward. Thank you very much. Oh, how is that? So item 13, matters to report. Members to report any enforcement breaches, damage, superfluous and redundant signage in the town, access issues or any other urgent matter on your walks around town.
Yes, has it already been noted that there's been damage to the wall on the bridge on London Road, Bridge Street? The end of it next to Cooper's Wharf has been bashed into.
Yes.
And
I think it was quite
it was just there relatively recently, I think. And now there's another corner that's been
Yes.
knocked about. And I don't know if anyone else has reported it, but
Yes.
it is a listed structure.
So it needs to go on to fix my street if.
Yeah, but you need to photograph first, because they always work quick with it.
Okay.
I will be my camera tomorrow and deal with it straight away.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Robin, what have you spotted?
Nothing, I'm just saying thank you for raising. I didn't know about it. Maybe we could also be as a listed structure, as you quite rightly said, and I'm sure Bucks is interested in Buckinghamshire listed structures as much as they are in discussing the bridge over the Thames.
Popular heritage office.
That's what I was going to get to. They were interested to keep discussing this bridge over the Marlow River. There was great fondness. And this is a bridge in Buckingham which just needs some TLC, won't it?
But it does sound if it's happened again, so I thought it was the same thing, but obviously it wasn't. It sounds as though there's a problem with either people are the buses or the lorries that are going over there that are causing the problem. That's
I ended up buckling the wheel there because people do drive over there at the white line, and at speed they come at you at speed, and I moved over and caught the curbing and buckled my wheel, which suggests that maybe some advanced signing, narrow bridge, something to stop people doing this.
As Councillor Saxby said, Marlow Bridge gets a lot of attention, and there is a sort of traffic calming in place for that bridge. So you have to wait while someone else comes over and vice versa. And maybe that's something we should consider.
Because it's a very busy, that road up into town is, and the huge lorries and which is here.
But we are now getting double decker sixes, which we never used to do.
Yes. So tell me, what's the work action that you'd be kind enough to take?
Well, I will report damage to fix my street.
Yes.
I will send photographs to the heritage officer pointing out that it is a distance.
Okay.
So you haven't got to go and photograph it, we could do it on our way back.
It's on the left. Yeah, I'm gonna have to walk a bit back.
Okay, no, let's go. Is that right? We'll just note that, action. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much indeed. Heather, please.
Yeah, one other, I don't know if it's in scope or not, because it's a path rather than a road. But I don't know whether it is or not.
If it's a public path, it's a highway.
Okay, so it's the path that goes out of Broughton Park, but over the bridge, and it goes towards underneath the bypass, and it joins up with the path that then goes on up towards Tesco Way. And there's been a tree down, two trees, in fact, two branches that are basically sort of waist height. So you have to, I mean, I couldn't push my arm under without tilting it. So it's that sort of height.
Yeah, I think Lee has that in mind.
Well, it's
Because he's pursuing two damaged trees at the moment.
Well, I think it's Buckinghamshire Council land, but I'm not entirely sure.
This is why he's.
So I did report it on Fix My Street, even though it isn't a street, which the system makes it really hard to report anything that isn't a street. But I think I managed to report it, and then immediately it came back and it said it had all been fixed. And then, like a day later, it came back and said it was open again. So I don't know whether
I've got a chainsaw.
What have you got in your hand?
Director, citizens arrest.
Particularly valuable.
it's hard to tell, but I wouldn't have thought so. It's just right by the canal.
So what, are we able to do something? Or
With police or
Take a photograph of it on the.
I've got a photograph already. I can send it.
I know I've heard Lee on the phone in the office arguing with them about trees that are there. Maybe is already in process of being reported and dealt with.
Yeah, I'm not sure it needs anything more.
okay, right.
Put a picture of it.
The tree, for the sake of the tree. Any other matters that need reporting? Robin, if you've got something.
Yeah, I'm personally reported it, but that's not the point. If you go around Fisher's Field, which is the walk, term for it, that we all asked for when they began this day, it's not so certain, it's not such a possible walk now, because the undergrowth over the summer has come in.
Oh, yeah.
And people are having difficulty getting around here, briars across the face, you name it, and it's now in need of some maintenance work on it, and it should be flagged at them that perhaps they would, because I don't cut it myself with far too much, but that's one area which has been flagged.
Who's responsible for that?
The Buckinghamshire Council. It is flagging up to them that
Is there a restriction on cutting hedges?
Not now.
until August or something?
No, it's July.
July.
Oh.
My husband.
Right, send him out
That
then.
excuse has got up with it.
If it's probably in it right away.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It needs to be
Okay.
done.
Thank you very much,
I
Judy.
believe that it's not a blanket ban on anything, you'd have to check for nests, active
That's
nests.
a check. Oh, right, that's
Yeah,
right. There was a nest.
Do any-
Yeah, bramble bush.
Yeah,
I've done
Brown
nothing.
was gone.
I've done nothing in my time. I've got active blackbird deer then anyway.
Yes, yes.
On their second batch.
Was there an action on that?
Well, the, all the pastoral naturally leads to it.
Yes.
I'm
Report to the Buckingham
moving-
Council. Lovely, thank you very much indeed. So, sorry, Fran,
so,
what have you found?
I had reported to me that, the private road sign has disappeared from the bottom of Summerhouse Hill. So we're just trying to find, Robin and I are trying to find out what's happened to it, because they've replaced the sign, and well, I've asked Robin to find out what's happened to it. Anyway, he's looking at me blankly. I have asked you. Remind
I have it, I've got, and I will come back with
Yeah.
some correspondence.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoy your council.
So that is a missing sign.
It's Buckinghamshire has come and changed the signs. They have made Summer House into 2 words, and they have removed the private road sign,
Oh, I see. So
which, because it's an unadopted road.
Yeah,
So yeah,
right.
but
okay,
it's
so
like
thank you very
there is process going on
Yeah.
with that.
I'll go personally to the street.
Yeah, thank you.
Lovely, thank you very much indeed.
I may actually have a photograph already in hand.
I have some photos which were sent to me
Before and after.
of the old sign and the new sign, so I can forward those to
Because
you.
otherwise, they're going to.
Oh, they will, yes, oh, I feel like a shot, which is terrible. Robin?
I've had quite a lot of correspondence and I've got to try and find it again, but I do believe, as Mayor indicated, it's a private road.
It's private road, yeah.
And I think
Comes
the
up.
sign is misleading. And I did have some correspondence, but I have raised it. I'm not sure whether they come back to me on the second one, but
We've established it's a private road.
yeah, I
so
know, but
it's
one,
placing.
yeah, but
What's the
I think the point, Jane, is
Yeah.
that that if people start going up there and parking up there from the town centre, we
Yes.
have a whole race of things, and we also have an active building site up there, which is which when that becomes whatever it becomes, if it ever opens, you know, people may then decide to go up there and use that as an extension of the town centre car parking.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be some unfortunates who move into that structure won't want that, so it's never more important to get it tidied.
Right, are we done with items to report? That was actually very helpful. I'm not having eyes on the ground. And item 14, chairs announcements, which we won't attend is very long, I think. Catherine pointed out to me that when we did actually look at something
Last meeting.
23rd, yes, I wasn't here. 23 Bridge Street, where they were doing a subdivision or an,
They'll
that's
call
like 2
it
shops.
shop.
Oh, yeah.
Going to divide
Yeah,
it into 2, and members were concerned that there weren't bathroom facilities
Yeah.
for one of the units. Well,
We had a reply.
we have replied, it's obvious that the agent had to wait until the system was back up again before she saw what our response would be. Anyway, I wanted to confirm that Unit 2 will maintain the use and access of the WC and kitchenette on the upper floors. Which, with regard to fire escape routes, for a single escape route, this is usually restricted to 18 metres in normal risk areas, down to 12 metres in high risk zones. Due to the small nature of the unit, proposal would comply with this advice. If we have any further queries, please contact me.
Okay.
So we asked a question I don't ask, which is.
But it's not just got to
Yes, it has, she must be listening. Okay, so that's the end of that item. I will move on then to item 15, date of this meeting. Monday, the 17th of August, following an interim council meeting, so I have a bit of a small meeting. And can I call this